you have some amazingly loyal employees, of course, but you also have very loyal customers. And you have found ways to create real advocacy at scale. And how have you done that? What actually do you think is that bond that your customers have with Method?
Yeah, I think there's two key ingredients to that. First of all, it's over-serving an audience. And so when we looked across these categories, it's very mass market. It's all things to all people. And nobody was really like segmenting and focusing on a core audience. So we selected a core audience to really focus on. And our idea is let's overserve their needs and really, focus on them.
Yeah.
And then where the advocacy comes from is just a simple shared values. And when you share the same values with your consumers, that's where advocacy comes from. And I think what's given us a little extra help is we're very ecological driven, and sustainability is very, very important to the company, getting toxicity out of the home, human health. But when you look at our products, you don't get that right away. People often buy into our products because of the great design, great fragrance, the fact that we make cleaning, a little bit more of an enjoyable experience. So what typically happens is they'll buy it because of the design or the fragrance. They get home, they use it, they discover this stuff works, and then they, look at the label carefully and realizes it's non-toxic, biodegradable, and cruelty-free, and all these other great things. And that's what creates a little bit of a cult following. It's that discovery. I always use the example. It's kind of like if you found out Skittles were good for you, which they're not. That's what Method is. Like, you discover this thing you like on an emotional level is actually good for you, good for the planet, and that helps to inspire the advocacy. But it really comes down to having those shared values. And for us, the shared values we have with our core advocates is a love of design, a love of home, and a love of the planet.
So you accomplished that first big hurdle of getting the shared values. Then how do you get the momentum going to actually have your advocates advocate for you?
Yeah, it's, I think the biggest mistake most companies have is trying to push it too fast. And advocacy is a groundswell. And it's the reason why major companies struggle to create a new brand. If you look at anything that is a huge success in the world, the characteristics are always the same. It starts with, a core, passionate following that helps you build the brand over time. And if you try to build it too fast, you alienate those people who would have ultimately helped build it, and that authenticity that comes along with it. So it's about pacing the right way. And we're very lucky we live in an era where we have things like social media that can definitely help accelerate it. But it comes back to having patience, building that core audience, taking care of them, and then letting it grow over time at the right pace.